Good evening, everybody. Hi, I'm Ross Cook. I'd like to welcome you to my Facebook Live tonight. I am Ross Cook, founder of Ross Cook Balancing. And what I do is I help high-level entrepreneurs overcome their self-sabotaging behaviors, their self-sabotaging beliefs, so that they can grow sustainable, profitable businesses, and they can live value-based lives. You know, they want to have a business they can live with and feel great about. This is the second of 5 parts of How Do You Go Home Successfully? And I was going to use this portion of these talks later in the week. And I chose, after an incredible balancing session today with one of my quality balancers in my practices, just an outstanding effort, great give and take and a feedback. We've been working on this, talking about it in one form or another for a long time, and in somewhat this form for maybe 5 weeks. And then precisely for about 3 weeks. And then, we got some feedback today, and I want to share some of these ideas. How do you go home successfully? Last night we talked about the wisdom of silence. Can you be enriched and have the best of you in that? And can you recognize the silences? And in those silences, what is the wisdom that you can pick up from yourself and others? Okay, tonight we're going to talk about something that is really an important idea. In my practice, in my life, I talk about possibility all of the time. I mean, I think the number one rule of the universe is that the universe is more possible than we even can imagine, even possibly know. And that, secondly, our patterns are profound and they're real. And if we don't learn to deal with our patterns in a way that can manifest them differently, we're going to somewhat end up being the slaves to our patterns. We're going to get what our patterns deliver to us. And so, in thinking about how do you go home successfully, you go out there and you work and you work and you work, and then you head home. And I believe that the world is a possible place. And I want to think about that word for a second, and I want to share what I think about that word. That word sometimes, I think it's limitless. I think it's infinite. And I think sometimes it gets thrown around a lot, that we get kind of like, what's possible? And then we think about what we're doing. So we think possible's right at the end of our arm. We don't think a galaxy away, or, we completely could change magically in a moment. The idea that we're only 6 introductions away from anybody on the planet. I mean, the possibilities, and we end up thinking that our possibilities are, just one more of something I already know. And I think that's a disservice to ourselves. Certainly is a disservice to the concept of possibility. And so we've been sorting around, looking for different words, and a guy named Kyle Lasota came up with the word dream. Wow, there's a magical word, dream. So we started playing with the word in balances. And my experience with it, and it was fascinating to see the different experiences of different people who've been using this in their balances for a while. And today it came really clear. One of our Weller balancers, somebody who's seen the highs and the lows, talked about the openness of dreaming. That dreaming escapes the buts and the ifs, and that dreams just bring an effulgence and an openness to what's going on. It a colorfulness, a sound to it, a vibrance, that just the word possible, especially if your word possible has been kind of laden and used a lot. He did an interesting thing, and something I completely commend, and it fits right in with going home successfully. He began asking his children, "Hey, what are you going to dream today? What are you going to dream today?" And of course, the kids are like, "Oh, well, I don't know." Like, what are you, crazy? That kind of way. What kind of question is that? And 4 or 5 conversations in, though, that what are you going to dream today has taken its own life. It has grown it out, just taken its life to a whole new level of sharing and talking about things that are out there that are extensions of an idea upon feeling mixed with an idea. Just amazing. Just amazing what has happened by just a little bit of taking the pressure off, taking the limit away, and taking the word from possible to dream. So I would invite you to spend some time intending and valuing going home tonight. And it may mean that you need to work on it for a day and then do it. But the idea of what's a dream for going home tonight? What color is it? What sound is it? How big is it? If we were speaking fluidly at 4 or 5 levels up in our desires and hopes, what would that mean? You know, I have another client who began weaving beautiful stories for the children she teaches when the children get stuck. She began weaving these beautiful tales and stories, and then she and the children would talk about the stories together, rather than it being something about, you're here to learn, or just flowing together in the magic of the story. When we say possible, it's sometimes short-sighted. Add dreams to your vocabulary for the next couple days. Take it home successfully. Take it home in excellence. Take it home in wonder. And good luck with the magic of your dreams in the next few days. So you've got wisdom in silence, and you've got taking your dreams home, how to go home differently in your world. I'm Ross of Ross Cook Balancing. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. I appreciate you a lot.